Assume or presume. She was assumed guilty, but you're presumed innocent until proven guilty. Don't assume you understand the difference. I presume you don't. What's the difference? They both give the same idea, as in to come to a conclusion. The difference, however, is rooted in how you've come to the conclusion. Was it a biased guess or one based on evidence? Assume is to make a reasonable guess with no evidence or proof. Presume is to make an informed guess based on evidence or probability. What really separates the two is the degree of confidence. What led to the guess? The difference lies in the intent. Let's look at some examples. Never assume things will work out for the better, because they rarely do. Always assume the worst and you'll never be disappointed in your life. No, you can't assume my guilt without some level of proof. I would never presume to tell you what to do. I presume that an agreement will eventually be reached. They are very expensive, I presume. We mustn't presume too much upon the reliability of such sources. I presume that someone will be there to meet us when we arrive. Let's assume they are coming and make plans on that basis. Let's assume for a moment that the plan succeeds. It is a great mistake to assume that your children will agree with you. It is reasonable to assume that the economy will continue to improve. They assume most who know the least. Don't always assume the worst. We can't just assume her guilt. We cannot assume anything in this case. It is reasonable to assume that he knew beforehand that this would happen. After such a long day at work, I presume you're tired. I assume that this is your natural hair color. I assume you have a job. Assuming what you say is true, why should I do that? I assume you also like pizza. Since you're not answering your phone, I'm going to presume you'll be late for the meeting again. I assume you're here for the job interview. I'm assuming this is the right way to go. You can't just assume whatever you want with no reasonable evidence. I presume you've already heard about the new project starting next month. Based on your silence, I presume you disagree with my email this morning. Don't presume I'll be joining you for dinner tonight.